Good afternoon. This is Judge Day. We'll be with you in about 1 minute. We will be on the record in Iowa County case number 25 CF 77, State of Wisconsin versus Gavin Thompson. Appearance for the state, please.
State by District Attorney Zach Lee.
For Mr. Thompson.
And Michelle Marie Dietrich appears on behalf of Mr. Thompson. Mr. Thompson is present in the courtroom. Good afternoon, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Thompson, we are here because a criminal complaint has been filed that alleges first-degree intentional homicide, armed burglary, operating a motor vehicle without owner's consent, and hiding a corpse. Mr. Thompson, have you received that paperwork, sir?
I guess.
The charges allege conduct on July 15 of 2025 in the city of Dodgeville in Iowa County. In count one, it's alleged that you caused the death of a person identified as victim one with intent to kill that person. If you are convicted of that, you shall be sentenced to imprisonment for life. Do you understand that charge and the range of penalties, sir?
No.
I couldn't hear you.
No.
All right. It is a charge of what is commonly called first-degree murder, killing somebody and doing that under circumstances where you intended to kill them. And if you are convicted of that, I am required to send you to prison for life. That's the first count. The second count charges that at the same date, place, and time you intentionally entered a dwelling without the consent of the person in lawful possession with intent to steal, namely money and a car. It's also alleged that you were armed with a dangerous weapon. If you're convicted of that, you can be sent to prison up to 15 years and fined up to $50,000. Do you understand that charge and the range of penalties?
No.
Can you help me understand what it is you don't understand, Mr. Thompson?
Judge, before Mr. Thompson responds to that question, I have had the opportunity to meet with Mr. Thompson while he's been in custody here in the Iowa County Jail. I'm also familiar with other proceedings that occurred prior to his extradition here. And frankly, Mr. Thompson, I don't believe is competent to proceed at this time. I wasn't sure if the court wanted me to raise that issue now or to wait until after the court had gone through the remainder of the charges in the criminal complaint.
All right. So I think that will stand to explain Mr. Thompson's response. We'll talk about procedurally where we go here in a little bit. Just so we have a record that I have explained the charges to Mr. Thompson. Mr. Thompson, the third count alleges that at the same date, place, and time you intentionally took and drove a vehicle, a black Hyundai Kona, without the consent of the owner, if you're convicted of that, sir, you can be sent to prison up to 10 years, fined up to, 6 years, fined up to $10,000. And then, Mr. Thompson, there is a fourth count that at the same date, place, and time you hid a corpse with intent to conceal a crime. If you're convicted of that, the maximum penalty is 12 and a half years in prison and a $25,000 fine. As to bond, Attorney Lee?
Well, Judge, the state is asking for $1 million cash. In considering bond, Your Honor, you're to consider risk of flight. It's the state's position that the defendant is an extreme risk of flight. Mr. Thompson is not employed and was arrested on these charges only after a high-speed chase and a manhunt several states away. It's also important to note, Your Honor, that almost all of the other charges other than first-degree intentional homicide are offenses that are considered violent under the bond statutes, and that cash is considered or presumed in such cases. Should the defendant be able to post that bond, the state would ask for the following conditions: that he be subject to GPS monitoring, that he keep that monitor charged, that he be subject to a 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. curfew, that he be prohibited from leaving the state of Wisconsin, and that he be prohibited from possessing any dangerous weapons. And then I would ask, Your Honor, that he have no contact with the victim's immediate family, and I have 3 sets of initials to provide the court: RD, KRP, and TAS.
Thank you. Attorney Dietrich?
Your Honor, we're requesting the court set a reasonable amount of cash bond here. Mr. Thompson is 23 years old. In addition, he does have strong family ties to the area as well. His parents are present in the courtroom. He informs me he has other siblings as well who live in the area. I'm not aware of any prior criminal history that's been noted for the record either. I understand these are extremely serious charges. Therefore, I understand that a cash bond is appropriate here. I don't believe $1 million is necessary at this time. I would ask the court to consider a bond that's reasonable for Mr. Thompson to post.
We do have serious charges, the most serious charge known to Wisconsin jurisprudence. Mr. Thompson has shown a willingness to flee from the consequences of actions based on the allegations in the criminal complaint. He was apprehended in Nebraska, some states away. That is a factor in bond. Mr. Thompson is and does have connections to the Iowa County community. That is a factor. Another factor to the court is his asserted lack of competence and apparent difficulties, which do imperil his ability to rationally comply with terms of a bond were he released. And so it is important in this case to have a significant cash bond. Bond is set at $500,000 cash. If it is posted, conditions are to be subject to GPS monitoring, to keep that GPS monitor charged, to be at his residence location from this time of year. I think the state's recommendation is a little generous, actually. 7 a.m. to 7, from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. At his residence from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m., not to leave the state of Wisconsin, not to possess dangerous weapons, no contact with the immediate family members of the victim, initials RD, KRP, and TAS. If the defense needs more identifying information, the clerk can provide that to defense counsel if and when Mr. Thompson posts bond. Then let's talk about the competency issue. Attorney Dietrich, there needs to be a finding of probable cause before I can refer a matter for competency proceedings. I can make that finding and will make that finding from the criminal complaint. I've reviewed it and it does state probable cause. Do we want to have a preliminary hearing before moving to competency proceedings, Attorney Dietrich, or do you prefer to move directly to competency proceedings?
Your Honor, I am requesting that we move directly to the competency proceedings because, frankly, without doing so, I don't believe that my client would be able to assist in his own defense or, frankly, understand the preliminary hearing proceedings. So I think it would make more sense for us to move forward to the competency phase instead. Just to provide additional information for the record, the reason why I have doubt as to my client's competency is he was recently evaluated in the state of Nebraska for competency when he was held there for other legal matters. That evaluator opined that he was not competent to stand trial at that point or to assist in his own defense. In addition, information that is already published in the criminal complaint suggests again, not understanding various things, lack of understanding there. In addition, when I spoke with him directly in the jail today, he was unable to provide me basic information about himself that most people in his situation would know or be able to communicate. Therefore, I don't believe at this time he is competent, and I have a reasonable doubt as to his competency.
Attorney Lee, do you wish to be heard on the competency issue?
No, Your Honor. I think you did a good job of summarizing the statute.
I will refer the matter for a competency evaluation. An evaluator will be appointed. There will be an assessment that will occur. We will receive a report, see what that shows, and take it from there. We will set a hearing to make sure that we have a competency evaluation and to talk about where that takes us. We will do that about 60 days down the line. I'm looking at December 12 in the afternoon. Counsel?
That would be fine, Your Honor.
Judge, just give me a moment. That should work.
December 12th at 2:00 p.m. for status as to competency evaluation. The court will be there in person for that. Unless developments in between time indicate otherwise, but for now we'll schedule it for an in-person appearance. Anything further from the state today?
Nothing further. Thank you.
Anything further from the defense?
Oh,
No, Your Honor.
Judge, I think my apologies. I think as a matter of course, I'd ask that the warrant that's currently out be quashed.
It is satisfied by Mr. Thompson's appearance in court. December 12th, 2:00, matters adjourned.
Judge,
That's all for today.
Judge,
Yes.
do we have somebody doing the evaluation order, please?
I sent you an IM on that. Our clerks usually do them. If you don't usually do them, Jesse can do it.
We don't do them.
Okay, Jesse will do it.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. That's all for today.
Hello there, and to recap what we were just streaming here today, I'm Danielle Shank in the 1011 Now streaming studio. 23-year-old Gavin Thompson, the man accused of killing a Wisconsin woman and driving through Nebraska with her body in the back seat, was extradited back to Wisconsin after a hearing here in Nebraska just yesterday. During that hearing in Lancaster County, Thompson's attorney argued that he was incompetent to stand trial and asked the judge to delay extradition so he could first undergo treatment at the Lincoln Regional Center. Judge Lori Merritt denied that request, ruling the extradition paperwork was valid and that Thompson is a fugitive from Wisconsin. Now, they did read him his charges here today. I want to put those up on screen for you. Thompson is charged with first-degree intentional homicide, burglary while armed with a dangerous weapon, hiding a corpse, and operating a vehicle without the owner's consent. That's all in Iowa County Court over in Wisconsin. If convicted on the murder charge, he could get life in prison. Now, the state asked for a cash bond of $1 million and said if he could make bond to set several parameters like curfews, no flights, no contact with victim's family. Then the defense here today asked for something a little bit lower. The judge listed several reasons to keep it high and then set it at $500,000 cash bond. They then moved on to competency in question. As I had mentioned earlier, there were some competency questions in Lancaster County Court before his extradition. The defense said that Thompson couldn't even give basic info about himself this morning when they spoke, so the judge agreed to order a competency evaluation. A hearing has been set to discuss those results and the status of that on December 12th at 2 p.m. He's accused of killing 67-year-old Dorinda Segbrecht of Dodgeville, Wisconsin, before stealing her car and leading Nebraska authorities on a chase in July. Now, we will continue following Thompson's case in Wisconsin court with the help of our sister station, WMTV, who was there in court today. So stay tuned to our website, follow us on all our social platforms, and make sure to download our app on Roku. From our newsroom to wherever you are, we'll see you on the next stream.